My journey in art started when I was in school in 1975. I learnt landscapes from Mr. Diwakar Dengle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And after that, I had to complete my 10th, so there was a gap of about 1 year. My painting, I try to tell visual stories, and each painting, if you notice very carefully, it has a subject in it with the location and the atmospheric conditions on that location. Most of my work is done on location, but then there is some work which I do on the studio. And in my if you see my Jodhpur paintings, you will find subjects from Jodhpur, and the clotheslines, the walls, even my painting have the textures of the walls. So what I like to do is I use more of color and less of the darker shades. So my paintings seem to be bright. And I have experimented with all sorts of watercolors. Like I've taken powders, mixed them with water, and splashed it on my paintings. I've also recently I've started using imported colors, but all throughout my life I was using Indian colors.
Very nice.
So that when I title my painting "Soul of India," there is more Indianness in the paper, in the colors, and in the subjects.
Correct.
Because if I take Daniel Smith, I tend to go towards the darker shades. So then what I do is, for my yellows, I use Camlin colors. Then for the greens, I mix them with some powders or for pigments. And certain darker shades, I use Daniel Smith.
Okay. Very nice. Even your cities speak to us, they talk to us.
I have joined this Urban Sketchers group. The past 3 years I'm with them. So initially, what I always felt was they are architects. Most of them. My mother was the only supporter, but my family didn't support me.
Right.
But then, my mother said, keep it as a hobby. But
yes.
in my second year, then I enrolled in this Abhinav Kala Vidyalaya Pashan. And I began with it. And that was the year when I got the state award. And only my mother knew that I got a state award. But the others in the family, they didn't know that I'm pursuing this career. And in the next year, I stood first in Pune. And that article had come in Pune, in the Pune Sakal. So I said, they'll find it from the newspaper, then better I tell them. So I told my uncle. Very recent, 2014. So he got a job in Cummins, US. So then he said, Papa, अभी आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप मम्मी का भी सुनो मत. Do whatever you like. So I used to I had a wedding card designing a business. So in my office, when I had free time, I used to do work. That was studio work. And he used to send me colors from there and all. So, but I was not used to having imported colors. So they used to not like watercolors. They were more inclined towards line drawings. But now since my development which has happened with them, and now I've got a lot of friends in that Urban Sketchers group. I've got a fanfare following.
Nice.
In fact, there were some people who came for my opening, and the others who are going to come for the closing ceremony.
Correct. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. And urban sketching has helped me to discover the ancient heritage more, because we are more. There are times when we are invited at locations, and there, people tell us stories about that premises, like Pratna Samaj. I've got 2 paintings on Pratna Samaj.
Oh yes.
So, it gives me an opportunity to discover. See this.
Yes, absolutely. It's
Now,
so beautiful.
I have painted this from the outside and from the inside.
Very nice.
And my paintings have, this typical, a different kind of edge.
Yes.
Which normally
So slight
watercolorists,
light.
they
Yes.
try to merge it with something,
Correct.
but I leave it as it is.
Correct. Very beautiful.
And
Very nice.
now I've learned techniques of, if my tones go darker, I have techniques to lighten them.
Right.
In fact, I have tried sanitizers also on this.
Okay.
See this. This is another very different,
Yes, very
different
beautiful
effect.
one, yes.
This Gulmore also.
True. Very beautiful. Very nice ones.
And I tend to go to those same locations every time.
Correct.
Now that is that Sarasbag painting just
Yes,
behind you,
yes.
and this is another entering.
Super. Yes. Correct.
And when I begin it, people they think I'm mad because I splash the color. But after the result is got, you know.
Correct. Then people tend to accept it.
I did the CSP in the same manner.
Okay. Very nice. Lots of sales. Very good.
Now this was the initial flows which I was having in my paintings. But now, you know, I'm trying to have white spaces more.
Okay. Okay. I love this one particularly. It's very, very nice. Lots of detail. Shows very the offset of movement.
I like my Khajuraho painting because that is a different color.
Yes,
which
it's
nobody,
a very different color scheme. Yes.
Normal watercolors don't use purple and pinks.
Correct.
But I use pinks also.
Very nice. So, it's a merger of 5 cities, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like leaf,
Yeah,
each and every
totally.
leaf is painted. Beautiful. Looks really nice.
And
Very Indian.
the darker shades I balanced with the coat.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Very beautiful.
This is also an experiment, you know. I just began with yellow and I layered it.
Okay.
And
Nice.
the result was different.
Yes. Very beautiful. It looks very grassy. Very nice. Breathtaking.
In fact, after this painting, somebody told me, you come to Kerala, I'll host you, and you do Kerala painting.
Nice. Yes. Very nice. This
Then
was a beautiful.
I had this experiment of using a toothbrush and white.
Okay. So which C is this, or is it done with imagination?
This is imagination. Because you know when I became free from my family,
Correct.
so I had I want to fly away. So that
right.
was what
Expressing freedom. Got it. Very nice.
In this, I just flashed the colors, and then I got this particular shape here. So then I worked on it.
Very nice.
And there's no white used, it's only for the dots, only for these highlights, but there's no white.
Very beautiful. I love the color scheme. It's very nice. Khajuraho shows from your painting.
And Khajuraho, I did not go and see the erotic structures and all. I used to sit outside, just observe the temples because the temples are so beautiful, all of them.
Correct.
And you will see in another painting. It gave me so much inspiration to experiment more.
Correct.
I've done realistic work there, but then the experiments is the work that I like.
Right. Yeah. That every artist tends to enjoy something or
Yeah,
the other, So this is the
like
style that
this
you enjoy.
Ganpati also, And nobody would imagine a green Ganpati, but I did it. And there was this guy who came yesterday. He said, "I want a painting."
Very nice. It's very beautiful.
So then I had to go and buy a Ganpati statue because all my Ganpatis got sold.
Yeah.
And this I just put it because flower was fit nahi hota hai, so I put a painting of flower.
Correct. Yes. Very nice it is.
And my, the whole exhibition is based on Panchatattva. I've got all the 5 elements here.
Okay.
Sunlight in the form of Agni, then I've got Jal, Dharti hai, Vayu bhi hai, Vayu in the landscapes behind.
Correct.
Yeah. So, I incorporated and arranging के समय भी I just saw to it कि भाई सब elements simultaneously कहीं ना कहीं इधर
There is no fire, right? Only sunlight.
तो Agni वही है ना.
Got it.
हाँ. Fire as such, as a normal view, if you paint, it doesn't give you any positivity नहीं आता है.
Correct.
In fact, I did one painting on all the Panchatattva in one painting, मतलब strips. But then there was the odd space था, so I didn't put it up.
Correct. I like your thoughts about it. Very nice.
अभी इसमें भी है ना, when I originally saw this, it was just plain blue. But then वो dramatic effect create करने के लिए I added a yellow to it.
Yes. Nice it's looking.
This was twice I visited the gallery. I don't know, somehow I like this building so much. I sketched it out, and then I went home and painted it.
It's a very old building, yes.
Yeah. And I've invited both of these people also to come and see the show.
Very nice, yeah.
In fact, the person who bought that painting was in 2 months, so take this for that.
Okay.
ये मेरा typical joke है. And this is the clothesline which and I felt there was no necessity of putting a human figure because this says it all.
Correct, yes.
And that's the complementary color.
Very
orange.
beautiful, yes. Cityscape. Nicely done.
This is the Ranakota temple. So in this, I particularly used a very bright pink because that is the focal point.
Correct. Very nice. People going to the temple.
Yeah. Nee, this has a story. This has got more than 1400 pillars. So for people who try to count the pillars, there's a some sad story in the family happening, or that person dies.
Oh, okay.
So now nobody is attempting to count the pillars.
Count the pillars, right.
I went twice to this temple. I got sick there.
Oh.
I don't know, somehow my son was also with me. He told, Papa, we are not going now. We'll return back.
Correct.
From Jodhpur to Ranakpur we traveled.
Okay.
This is Taj. And Taj, actually, this I did after my son's painting was taken by Ratan Tata. My son is also, he works on acrylics.
Okay. Very nice.
In fact, Ratan Tata sent a personal email to come and meet him. So he flew from US and met him there.
Very nice, yeah.
Now this is that painting which I am telling you. This is this old lady. Old ladies normally don't cover their heads in Jodhpur. And this is her bahu. So she's got to wear parda.
Correct. I'd seen this one, but I couldn't note it.
Yeah.
Now that you told me about it, I could notice it.
Yeah, and this kind of clothesline you'll find everywhere in Jodhpur. Because they don't have these drying systems and all.
Correct, yes.
So in between I put, thoda.
Very nice. Very nicely done.
This is Mumbai ka Haji Ali.
Oh yes.
So when I painted it was only this much. But then Haji Ali is incomplete without the line of people outside.
Correct,
so then this is later on I added all this. And in this, evening ka time, I wanted that starry effect, so I just splashed water on it.
Correct. Very nicely done. Really.
And this is when I visit Jehangir every now and then we see these buildings. So actually I wanted to have the total effect, a very misty effect. Lekin this is very obvious. David Sassoon नहीं बताएंगे तो ये लोग के राइटिंग मालूम नहीं पड़ता है.
Correct.
So then वो थोड़ा सा I highlighted this और वहाँ merge कर दिया.
This is Jodhpur again.
This is Jodhpur. Jodhpur is my favorite city. मतलब जोधपुर में I feel bad that people are abandoning these houses. अभी बड़ी-बड़ी हवेलियाँ होती हैं, they sell it for very throwaway prices and they want to stay in flats and they spend crores of rupees staying there. But ये जो है ना, these are really very, क्योंकि इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें वास्तु शास्त्र है. All the houses in Jodhpur, ये यहाँ उनका openings होता है, so that sunlight passes through.
Oh, yes.
And terrace, you can jump from one terrace to the other. Because that keeps them bonded together.
Correct.
When we went to Jodhpur, there were people from all lanes coming and welcoming us, giving us snacks and tea and all. Because they like guests coming.
Yes, that's wonderful. Yeah, very hospitable.
Yeah. And this island, we sat on this restaurant. So actually, this was that owner of that restaurant.